Lauren, we spent a lot of brunch this morning talking about the politics of the film, and we will get into that. But I just want to start by asking you a little bit about where the initial idea for the film came from.
Oh, it came from because I wrote four feature films, always produced in writing, but when it's question about shooting, there's always a problem. and they said to me, we don't have enough money, we don't have this star, we don't have this. So I never shoot one of this picture.
Yeah.
So when I wrote this one, I wrote movies who need no money, no stars. I want to shoot this time. So yeah. I wrote it, and I proposed it, and always the same sentence. Oh, you need to take these stars, and I said no, and I want to shoot alone. So I did it.
And you just went out and made the film.
Yes, I made. I got no producer, no distributor. Again.
Was that a daunting task for you?
What?
Was that a daunting task? Trying to think of another word. What's another word for daunting, audience? Difficult. Difficult. Thank you. Was it difficult?
Difficult to make it alone.
Yes.
It was long. it was long, and yes, it's the loneliness was difficult. Not during the writing, everybody is alone, right? During the shooting, you got two friends.
Yeah.
But it's the traveler after the shooting. It's very long. 4 years of editing, of mixing, finding money, and the loneliness.
Yeah.
If it's what's very difficult. Even now, I would like to come with my producer. Is the only difficulty, the loneliness. That's all.
And it's it took 4 years to get the film made.
5 years to finish it. It's the anniversary. I finished the shooting 5 years till now. Just in the beginning of March, it was the end of my shooting.
Oh,
5 years before.
And were there any times during those 5 years that you thought, I'm not going to finish this? Or was it always like, no, I'm getting it done?
No, because I made movies before, so I know how to finish movies.
Yeah.
My real question was, will it be a good movies? I know that it will be finished. I'm sure of that.
Yeah.
But will I take time to make a good music? I take time for every step.
Yeah.
But no, I'm sure I will finish it, but I don't know if it will be like I want to be.
And is it what you want it to be?
when you shoot only for 20 days, 20 days without any money,
yeah.
I can move the camera like I want. I regret a lot of things. But what I like about this movie is without any money, speaking about person who don't have money, I shoot like an outlaw, like my characters is. Yeah. There's some. It's very homogeneous. Is the word homogeneous, and I like that. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Very small.
The themes of the film are reflected in the way you made the film.
Yes, and I wrote about invisible. This man is invisible because it's and make it. It's very homogeneous. No money at all, and he travel all the world now.
Yeah,
it's
amazing.
It's a good story.
I mean, I say this all the time. Anyone who can finish a film, it's impressive in itself. Like independent filmmaking is so difficult, and there's so many reasons not to finish something. It's incredible that anything gets made. Really, like.
I'm totally agree when you say I'm not regret something, because if you change something, maybe I don't finish it.
Yeah.
I have been very lucky to do these movies like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm totally agree. When I speak to the other directors, everybody takes so long time to make the movies, and it's maybe when you see it, there's so much art in it.
Yeah.
When I see a lot of movies here, and always with art, with strange point of view, very different. It's not product, It's about time and art.
Yeah.
And it's. So I don't regret. I have so much luck about these movies, I tell you a short story. I don't pay about the insurance, when you shoot in France, you get insurance, okay? Yeah. If you pay insurance for your men, it's not very expensive. Okay. So I pay insurance for my men. Okay?
Yes.
Always take care about your men if you want to do independent cinema. But for the material,
Your cameras and your
yes,
equipment.
for the
Yes.
material.
Yeah.
What is the name in
Equipment.
equipment? For the equipment, it was so expensive.
Yeah.
More than $1 million.
Yeah, yeah.
More than. So I don't pay for the equipment. Okay. And the last day of shooting, we move the truck. Okay. They're for a reason, because there's a problem. So the truck moved. We always keep the truck in one place. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But especially night, we say no. We take the truck to another place, and the place will be robbed. You know.
Yeah.
So the truck move. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say?
yeah.
It's very lucky.
Yeah.
If we don't move the truck, everybody go vanish and then not be here.
And there'll be no film.
No,
Oh
it's
my
about
gosh.
luck.
It's interesting again, isn't it? Because the film, he becomes an outlaw, and you're narrowly avoiding crimes while making a film. I know. I know that we touched on this over brunch. We are now going to move into the political side of the film, because the film deals with some pretty prescient matters in terms of unemployment. People getting richer at the expense of other people. Would you like to speak to those themes a bit? And I know you do want to speak to those.
Yeah, but I prefer to do in the movies and to tell a story. You can hear about. But now, if you said to the people, it's politic. Everybody say, "Oh no, I don't want to hear."
Okay.
But everything is politic.
Well, we said earlier today that the films that you've been watching at the festival, they're political films, even if that isn't necessarily the intent behind the film.
Yes, always. A movies is always politic piece. I said to you, when you do Transformer during the Iraq War, you do a political movies, even if you don't want. So I think this is a political movies. And when they read it in France 5 years ago, they say, but what are you talking about? But now with the yellow vest, you call that in France, it's about a yellow vest. He's so hunger, he got no way out. And there's a part of violence in it. Yeah. You know, it's not the part I love of the script, but now I realize how it's true in France. So nowadays in France, this movie don't look the same.
No.
They look very differently.
Yeah, because the arts, because of the
there are violence every week in France now.
Yeah.
You know? They are on the road. There are people hunger. So it's more true.
Yeah. When you initially sat down to write it, then, what were your influences? I
take story of my neighbor.
Your story of your neighbor?
Yeah, because I gonna shoot in my neighbor. Everything it's 100 meters to my home, all my set. Yeah. So I take I heard story about neighbor and I put them together.
Okay. So did you go speak to your neighbor about it, or was this just a story you heard sort of?
No, there's the real actors in it. The actors who come on Sunday. Yeah. I tell a story of football who really happens. God, yeah, really happens. They told me that, and they say, I put in the movies. I say, okay, come on, put.
I am supposed to avoid talking football with you, Neil has said. No. I'm not to mention PSG.
Thank you.
No, we won't.
It was an horrible night.
No.
A horrible night with Manchester people shouting in my ears, we win, like
that. You mentioned that, there's a lot of anger in France. Is there a lot of anger in the film?
Good question. Yes, I think. So much anger than tenderness, I hope. Mm? You understand, my movies is very hunger and very tenderness, very tender. But yeah, it's only with hunger. I made these movies with hunger. Yeah. Because I was sick to hear, no, take this comedian, but I want this one, no, but take this one. Yeah. It's horrible.
But is it difficult as a filmmaker to balance tenderness and anger? Because they are quite...
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's about balance. I don't know if you see some people say to me it's too violent. I don't think so. No. There's just a small part. It depends of the person who watch. I think it's tender and anger. Right. For me.
And was there any part?
As much as poetic that intimate. Right. I try that, but.
And was there any part during the making of the film where you pushed it too far in one direction, where it was too angry, or when it was too tender?
Yes, but it's a point of view. You have to follow your dreams, and you say that, and your point of view. I don't know how to respond. It's when you see it, you can answer to me. I don't know if it's stronger, but I think it's a little immoral.
A little immoral?
Yeah.
Can you tell me a bit about that then?
A little bit, but
Yeah.
some people say to me that really don't like what the movie said. You
Yeah.
know? But I'm not here to make morals. Sorry.
No. And you have your main character become an outlaw. Obviously, that could be seen as an immoral thing to do.
Yes.
So, were you expecting this controversy when you wrote the film?
It's a reason to write the film because a lot of person in my neighbor become outlaw now.
Oh,
you know?
really?
Yes. It's a very difficult time now in France. In England too, the prices go very expensive. The food,
Yep.
to me, like us. So a lot of person are on the line now. You know. So I want to that we see that person not as thief but as human.
Yeah.
It's one of my reasons to make these movies.
And that's really interesting. You set out to humanize these people who might be looked down on as the dregs of society. You're stealing. So you set out to humanize them, yeah.
And now is the middle class, you know.
Yes.
It's touched the middle class. The middle class go into poverty in France now.
Right.
It's a real question. It's about that. But with love, I hope.
With love.
With hope, I hope.
We hope there's hope in it. Okay, so do you have any specific inspirations as a filmmaker?
Yes, in these movies particularly, my main inspiration is Ken Loach.
Ken Loach?
Yes.
And how does that inform the work?
In the script, I make some wig to Ken Loach.
Oh, right, okay.
Or big wig. The football team for looking for Eric, or Raining Stone, which very, very important to me. You got a scene, it's totally Raining Stone.
Yeah.
I take the same and show that it inspires me.
Yeah.
I write a letter to him, he answers to me.
Oh, really?
Oh, wonderful.
What did he say?
He said, thanks for the movies. I see in the story what I already made.
Yeah.
No problem, Shakespeare do the same. Thank you, Ken. And he said that the character seem very truly, and they are good in it.
Yeah.
Wonderful letter. In France, nobody answers to me when I send
when
a
you
movie,
write them.
and Ken Loach write me a letter. It's just amazing.
You mentioned the characters. Julian, of course, your central lead. Was that a difficult character to cast? Because obviously he has to walk that line between being a criminal, but also being someone you relate to.
Yes. It's a question for the actors, for me.
Yeah.
He helped me a lot in the writing.
Okay.
You know, I take a lot of his life to put in the movies, so it's more easy for him to play.
Was he comfortable with that?
You ask to ask him.
I'll ask him.
He's here on Saturday. You ask him, but I hope he is. I hope.
Yeah. A 5-year shoot. A 5 years to get the film made. What was the most difficult part for you?
When I was in editing alone, it's very hard to edit your own movies, you know. Mm-hmm. And I got no money to pay an editor, so I do it alone. It was very difficult. Yeah. To say, I am right now, or this is the memory of the shooting, you know, to have the right distance. It's the most difficult for me. This loneliness.
And I was going to say, and it presumably wasn't helped by the loneliness of it, like you said. You're editing alone.
Yeah, and it's very hard to. So the first projection was were very important for me because I heard the return. Yeah. And I do my best, but after I say, okay, I quit. This is the end, and I don't touch. Yeah. I hope I do. I hope I do my best, but it's the most difficult for me. Yeah. The editing alone. I don't know if I redo that. Okay, so you'd be tempted to go back and... Yeah, with an editor. With an editor. So if you could make one change, you'd probably work with an editor, sort of, on... The good distance. Right, okay. And what's the general reaction to the film been? It's surprising for me. It's surprising? Yeah, very surprising. Because it's very small movies, you know, and I'm very surprised. Some people come to me and say, wow, it's my story, for example. Or some people who got job, a whole person who got no problem of money, They are very sensitive to this story. I'm very surprising.
Really?
Really.
And how does that make you feel as a director, that your work's having such an impact on people?
It's a real joy.
A real joy.
Yeah. Yes, real joy.
Okay, and you're hoping for a similar reaction tonight then?
Yes, just a real. During the first projection,
yeah.
there's a woman asked me a lot of questions about the story of love. It's the first time.
Yeah.
Well, in Manchester, they ask me about the story of love. I don't know what it means, but yes, in Liverpool, they speak me about the unemployment.
Mm.
A lot of questions about the less of work.
Yeah.
It's depend of the city, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, I guess. But in France, there's no projection yet.
No, oh, is it not shown in France yet? No. So what do you think that there'd be because of obviously everything that's going on in France at the moment? Do you think there would be a different reaction, or do you think things are similar everywhere?
No, I think it's really different because it's not the same person who go to the cinema. I'm sure of that. And I want to show the movie that the invisible in my movies don't go to the cinema. They don't have money.
Okay.
So I have to find a way to show this movie to this person.
Oh, wow.
When there are strikes in France, I go with a television.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I show the movies to the men, and it was wonderful time.
Yeah.
During the time. They don't even go to the cinema. So, and the person who look the movies in France, better now. Mm. When I show the movie 6 months earlier, before the strike,
right.
They say to me, "What are you talking about? Even finished,
Really?
Yes.
Just completely. What was that?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Maybe it changed now. I hope so.
You'd hope so. That would be really interesting to know then, like later on, how they're going to react to it.
Yes.
Wow.
Because it's a long walk, a movie,
Yeah.
I just say Manchester Festival. It's a real beginning, another beginning.
Yeah.
You give me another beginning.
Oh.
Thank you, Manchester.
No, you're welcome. Can we just touch on the title, Beating Heart? Yeah. Where does that come from?
It came from a song, because the first title was I lost the little thing for the children. It's the child keep a little doll on it. The doudou, it's called in France.
The doudou.
The poo, you call that, no?
The what?
No, the poo, it's other thing.
The poo is something very different.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
It's when you get children, you get a little doll. You sleep with the little doll.
Oh, a teddy bear.
Teddy bear.
There you go. Yeah.
So the name of what we are looking for teddy bear, and everybody said no, in English it's not done well. So I find another title, and it speaks about love, about beating, about fighting. Yeah. So I believe it's a good title in French, à cœur battant. So in English, beating heart. I don't know if it sounds in English, but
no, it sounds. I mean, you've just explained it to me then, and I'm like, well, that makes total sense. One last question then, because it's freezing in here.
Yes.
If you had any advice for an independent filmmaker, what would it be?
Okay, finish it if you want, but it's too hard. For me, it's a good friend to make movie.
Okay.
Fact friend, you believe in it. We're here at the appointment.
Yeah.
And find a good friend to make movies.
Yeah.
It's my advice.
Well, that was what Leah from Bridget and Ian was saying the other day. Surround yourselves with people, who love film as much as you and want to make the film. Yeah. Right.
Yes,
well, thank you.
Agree with Tom.
Thank you very much, Laurent. Right.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Laurent.